Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and as far as XRP is concerned, well, according to Ripple, it's a matter of when, not if. And but not just XRP, of course. I mean, in terms of adoption, I think they kind of get it. They're the adults in the room. They want a bigger pie and they want their piece of it, right? So it would be crypto, the asset class in general. Here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Ripple survey unveils real-world interest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, stablecoins, and central bank digital currencies among payments executives. Well, how about that? Seems that sentiment is changing. Very cool stuff here. But anyway, before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support, because if you do, it will tell the YouTube machine that you don't completely hate this particular Moon Lambo content, and it will then push this out onto other unsuspecting victims. And also, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because, you know what, I'm proud to say this, I have the stupidest name in the entire XRP community. And there's some doozies out there, but I think Moon Lambo frickin' takes it. Woot woot. I'm just saying, I know I'm sounding a little braggy, but I do have the stupidest name. Don't you want a piece of that in your life? Go ahead and subscribe. Take my free content, damn it. Shout out to James Rule, XRP. Thank you very much, my friend and fellow XRP YouTuber, for sending this piece my way. It was Ripple's actual document. And I just like this, so I went ahead and just put this page up right here. Digital assets. A question of when, not if. Indeed, all good things in time. But let's dig into the Daily Hodl piece. A new Ripple survey is shedding light on the levels of interest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, stablecoins, and central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs for short, among payment professionals around the world. In August and September, Ripple asked 854 executives across 22 countries, all of whom are involved in payment services at digital banks, retail banks, money transmitters, and payment aggregators, about their interest in digital assets. So it's basically a fact-finding mission, and I like this. This is fun. Check this out. Of the group, 34% say their companies are already in production with blockchain technology for payments-related use cases. Well, how about that? 34%. That's actually higher than I would have guessed. 24% of respondents say they are moving into production, and 21% say they are running a pilot or proof of concept for blockchain technology. Now, in addition, 47% of respondents say they are interested in Bitcoin, 25% are interested in Ethereum, and 19% are interested in XRP. All down from 2018, when the crypto markets were in the early days of a long-term pullback. So yeah, in terms of price action, obviously, certainly down. But market cycles are a thing, my friend, right? In contrast, central bank digital currencies, bank-issued stablecoins and non-bank stablecoins saw huge spikes in interest from 2018. Today, 45%, 35%, and 17% of respondents say they are interested in CBDCs, bank-issued stablecoins, and non-bank stablecoins, respectively, all up from just 1%. That's massive, guys. I think for some people, it's like they're finally getting it. This asset class is not going away, and there's real utility to be had here. But from 1% to on the high end, 45%, that's something. It's not like some crazy amount of time passed. It's been a couple years. And again, for those cryptocurrencies that are truly solving real-world problems, they're going to have staying power. I firmly believe that. That's why I'm happy to be here in early days. I still insist. I know the asset class has been around for a decade. I understand that XRP has been around almost 8 years in production. And fine, 8 years, that's a drop in the bucket, my friend. It's early days here. But anyway, amid the fluctuating interest in cryptocurrencies, the survey indicates that crypto's volatility still concerns financial professionals. And fair enough, if you want to bring that up as a concern, but it really just primarily has to do with the frenzy around the technology. Okay, got it. But just the fact that markets are illiquid. Like, this is what you see happen with illiquid markets. But here's a quote. This year, the report revealed that price swings experienced by the top two digital assets, and arguably the most well-known, Bitcoin and Ether, influence respondents' perception of volatility and pose a problem. The majority of respondents state that They have confidence in digital assets' reliability, but have concerns regarding their volatility. Respondents in mature markets have the strongest concerns, with 61% stating they were very to extremely concerned. In contrast, less than half the respondents in Latin America, and APAC show concern. To me, this is desirable. So for me as a speculator, this is highly desirable because this is what makes asymmetrical gains relative to other asset classes possible in the first place. This is not a concern for me personally. Highly desirable. Now, for those that are concerned, I'd say fear not. This is my humble opinion here, my everyday Joe Schmo opinion, but the volatility is not going to be here forever. The markets will not always be this illiquid. Once massive adoption occurs over a span of many years, perhaps decades especially, it's going to go away, and the space is going to be a lot less exciting in terms of price action. It's going to happen, and I get that, and that's going to be kind of sad. We will long for these days, right? Eventually, perhaps. But yeah, I guess it just kind of depends on where you're at in your perspective. But I think the volatility is just fantastic. I get it, and it can make things more difficult for a company like Ripple though, because having a more stable price makes it easier. Because think about it, you need to have a sufficient blend of price and liquidity. So if things are more stable, you can make sure that the proper quantities of XRP are where they need to be. But hey, whatever, fair enough. Here's the rest of the quote. One reason for this is that these regions include countries with a relatively volatile domestic currency and one that devalued during the first 6 months of the pandemic, e.g. Argentina and Mexico. As a result, respondents in these regions are more likely to have examined the volatility of digital assets individually as they consider how to hedge against domestic currency risk and manage foreign exchange-related taxes and capital controls. Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own perspective here. But overall, Ripple concludes that respondents are still concerned about blockchain technology's regulatory clarity, implementation costs, and security. However, certain countries are making progress on the regulatory front, and emerging marketplaces are realizing the benefit of the new technology. And here's one final quote from this piece. Emerging markets are leading the charge, recognizing that possible usage of blockchain and digital assets can unleash tremendous potential for their economy. Without a doubt, both will drive greater financial inclusion and economic growth, not unlike the internet's impact. Mature markets stand to benefit as well. Exactly. With the advent of the internet, obviously that fundamentally changed so many aspects of life, and it's going to be the same with cryptocurrency. We're talking about the development, ultimately, of the internet of value, but that's also why it's kind of frustrating that the United States is just lagging behind in terms of regulatory clarity. And it just makes me wonder to what degree does it have something to do with the fact that the United States dollar is the global reserve currency? Is that making the regulators within the United States in some sort of meaningful way concerned and as a result paralyzing them in terms of taking action? Well, someone like Hester Pierce with the SEC, she's made it pretty clear her opinion is simply that individuals at the SEC don't seem to want to take action because they're worried about regulation. If they pass regulation, something goes wrong, they're worried about their own necks effectively. Which I understand, but that sucks. That's not ideal. Please move forward. Shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf for sharing this next piece with me. It comes from CoinDesk. And thank you very much for sending this, my friend. I do appreciate it. It's titled Fed Chairman Powell to speak about digital currencies next week at IMF. So how about that? Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell will speak next week as part of a panel on the future of cross-border payments at the International Monetary Fund, IMF for short, annual meeting. And so panelists will discuss the benefits and risks of cross-border digital currencies, as well as their policy implications, IMF said. I want to know to what degree XRP might be discussed here. But anyway, the panel, because really think about it, maybe it doesn't come up, but how do you have a full and thoughtful conversation without bringing up the only cryptocurrency that's being positioned to solve the train wreck that is the world of global cross-border payments today? How do you have a complete conversation without talking about XRP? Because it's functionally being used in production today. Anyway, also on the panel will be the name of a few people, general manager for the Bank of International Settlements, so on and so forth. Maybe I meant to skip over that part. That's not that interesting. Here we go. It was not immediately known if Powell's remarks will include his thoughts on a digital dollar. So we shall see. I'm sure this is going to be in the news once this is complete. So I'll probably, in all likelihood, early, just another day or so, really, have some additional thoughts on this. But it would be awesome if Ripple and XRP were brought up. That would make it much more interesting to me and probably you, because if you're listening to this, you're probably an XRP holder. Just saying. When we get the occasional Bitcoin maxi trolls that like to stop on by and and you can always tell when they're around because it just smells like sadness and room temperature cottage cheese, which is their favorite meal. Bitcoin! Go away, Bitcoin maxi trolls. You're not welcome here. All right, that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!